Hello and welcome back. This is round 2 for trying to get this tone workshop video up. The last one apparently cuts out at 4 minutes 30 seconds. So, or actually it's like 4:33, which I think John Cage is coming after me with the silence, I think. So we're going to go back and we're going to try to do this tone workshop again. I'm just going to go through everything I went to before, and then I'm just going to re-upload this and we'll go for it. I am your licensed Shakuhachi teacher, Sean Head, and let's go through it. So the first thing we're going to start with is the Voldyne that I did in the beginning. This is the part of the audio that you guys probably heard. This is the basically what it is it's a way to train your lungs and how to get in air more. Basically you're training yourself to get the air in more efficiently, and then also exhaling as well. So basically what you do is you're going to see this little part right here where you can actually this little part here will go up and down, and you actually want to keep it right below that best line. So that's going to be here. I kind of see a little bit. The light is shining, but and just like that, and you just breathe in slowly all the way into the top, and you just keep going until you can't anymore, and then that's going to really help with a lot of like getting the air and getting the full lung maximum volume. It's going to train those muscles to let the lungs expand all the way. So that's the first thing I recommend for tone, is because you want to be able to maximize the amount of air that goes into your body. Okay, now the second thing that I do with my students is that I show them this technique where you're actually gonna relax and breathe out, and when you feel that point where you're about ready, you need to take that next breath in, you exhale into the flute. So another way to express this is that when we're talking and we're having a conversation, there's a point into the sentences that we're saying that we need to take the next breath. Right there. Now, instead of taking that breath, that's where you exhale, because we're going to find the muscles in our body that actually help push the air out. And that's going to be part of them are right here. This part of the, I don't know any of what these are called besides, like, those are abs and those are obliques. But so part right around here, and these top 2 sets are also going to be the main focus, right where that especially where the solar plexus is. Or right here, you're gonna feel that. So just to give you an example, I'm going to do it on the pitch E, because E is a very easy pitch to play. So I'm going to find that point where I would take a breath. And so I'm working it all the way until I cannot put out any more air. I can't even make it sound. So even when that sound stops, I'm still pushing the air out, because I want to feel where that muscle part is, what part of the muscles are constricting the lungs to push the air out. And that happens to be around right here. So you can practice that over and over, and you practice that with different notes, especially on row. And that will, you become winded, and you'll feel tired. Like when I first did it, I did it for about 5 minutes, and like my abs were sore. But what I felt afterwards, when I took a deep breath in, I knew exactly where all the power comes from, where the airstream can speed up. So I was able to really play a lot louder and a lot longer, almost instantaneously. And then after doing it for months and years, then I really noticed the huge difference, where now, like when I'm playing over an orchestra, I don't struggle to get the sound or the air over. It's very, very easy now, because I trained to where that central point of tone. It also helps fill the flute with the sound as well. So then when you do for the full long tone, I'm feeling everything right here, and I'm letting this part tighten up, and I'm pushing in to allow all that airflow to just go out. And then towards when I do the long tones, like Otsunoro for 10 minutes, I'm waiting until I go all the way to the end until I cannot exhale anymore. Not to the point where the sound is stopping. I go until I can't exhale anymore, so that I'm training these muscles, so I know exactly what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so a few other things that we can do to help maximize our sound. I'm moving me instead of the... There we go. Goodbye. All right, so the other things that we can do, one of which is I like to start in the pitch E, And then I like to find that nice, really juicy sweet spot. So we can find it by using a tuner. We can find that find where D is. So there's that really, really nice centered spot. If I was a little bit too flat or a little bit too sharp, we can kind of hear that that's where the tone color changing is for midi and kari. So I'm going to find that sweet spot. And then I can work my way down by maintaining that strong airflow that I have with E. And that's going to help as well. So that's a really great exercise. And then you can get that huge boomy row sound that a lot of us are looking for to have in our playing, that have that diversity. Let me give you another one that I use, and then I'm going to go to that last one that's really, really important. So the one that I do, it will require to have a longer flute. So this is a 2.5 jinashi flute, and another thing to also consider is that for me, it's not a big deal to switch between jinashi and jiari, but for some people it is. So if you have if you're all playing only jinashis, stick with jinashis. If you're playing only jiari, stick with jiaris. But find a longer flute, maybe 2.3 or longer, and then play the same techniques as before. Because if you're playing a longer flute, you need more air in general to fill out to get that sound. So if you're able to get that and work with a longer flute, that's really going to help. It's great exercise for the lungs because of how much air they take to fill the flute. So quickly on to the last one. This is a technique that I found it very, very helpful, and I think that it was actually one of the things that held me back for a short time in finding that next level of tone, power, sound, and really the thickness, the warmth of the sound, which is a lot of us. What happens is we actually push the flute in this way. Now there's a type of vibrato that you can do with that, but when we push in the flute, it tightens up the sound, and it becomes there's less opening to allow more air. So what I do is I go into a Voldyne position, and I try to get that note as loud as I possibly can. And what that does is that it's allowing me to loosen up my mouth, so that way I'm not constantly thinking tight, tight, tight. Because when we think tight all the time, what's going to happen is all these muscles are going to tense up. Your hands and your shoulders will tense up, your arms, and before you know it, you won't be able to. You'll feel very rigid when you play. So then after that, what you do, then you have that nice, loose, relaxed feeling, and you're playing row. So with all those things coupled together, what's going to end up happening is you have this big boomy sound, but then you also have core and tone and warmth in the sound at the same time. So those otsu the otsu no ro daimeri will really help expand that sound, and it'll make playing a lot more natural and not so not so stiff. So I hope that this was helpful. I'm very sorry for people who watched the first video and at 4:33 realized, oh, there's no more audio. I checked all the future videos just to make sure that problem won't happen again, and it seems that won't. It was just a one-off. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, giving me the likes, all the new subscriptions, and all the comments. There's a lot of really great discourse that's happening, people asking really great questions, and I've received tons of emails from all of you, and I'm really just so excited to see how many people are actually playing Shakuhachi and how many people are really enjoying it and getting something out of the videos. So if you would like private lessons, you can go to seanheadmusic.com and just send me an email from the contact form at the bottom of the page, and we can do lessons on Skype, Zoom, or if you live in Houston, we can do it in person. Again, I hope this was helpful to you, and have a wonderful day.